Hey! Well, this is Zacchaeus with another live word of the day. And those who are coming in for the first time, I thank you. And those who've been consistently supporting me, I thank you as well. Well, today I want to share 5 signs of someone is sent by the devil. 5 signs that someone is sent by the devil. 5 signs that someone is sent by the devil. And I'm going to go with the first one. The first one says they want to know everything about you. There's people that you're going to meet in this world that they're going to try to dig into your business. And then when they dig into your business, they're going to want to sabotage your goals because this is the good message not to share everything with everybody, because not everybody has your best interest at heart. And these people, they want to dig into they want to know your business. They're always texting you, emailing you, messaging you on social media. Why? Because they want to dig into your business and see you fall. And these people are always saying they want to hang around you. They're your so-called people that I would say they will be your so-called friends. Remember that situation several months ago, maybe late last year. Well, no, it was not even late last year. It was a few months ago. Shanquella Robinson case. So-called friends lined her up. And these people will line you up to get you killed. So be careful. You cannot hang around with everybody. You cannot connect with everybody. Not everybody has your best interests at heart. Not everybody is for you. They befriend you. They come like wolves in sheep clothing. They pretend to want to hang around you and befriend you, but they're like wolves in sheep clothing. Be careful. So that's number one. They want to know everything about you. Be careful. Number two, you feel drained, emotionally drained, mentally drained. You can't get no sleep. These people, man, I'm telling you, you ever been around people that they're always negative, and every time you're around them, you feel just tired, emotionally tired, mentally tired, and you just don't feel comfortable your spirit don't feel comfortable around them. And you say to yourself that, man, every time I come around this person, whether it could be either a family member of yours or a so-called friend, or maybe you're dating somebody like that you just, every time you're around them, you feel emotionally drained. And that's a warning. Don't be afraid to cut people off. If you have to separate yourself from certain people to keep your sanity and to keep your mental state and keep your sanity, do it. Especially if they're blocking your walk with the Lord, and they're to block your walk with the Lord. Don't be afraid to distance yourself from certain people, because not everybody is for you. Remember, they're especially if when you're around them, they're just toxic. That's why I say with emotionally draining you, mentally draining you, and every time you're around them, they give you some bad news where you can't get no sleep. You can't get no rest when you're around them. There's no peace in your spirit when you're around them. And it could be a family member, it could be somebody that you're dating, it could be a so-called friend. Be careful. And they can be sent by Satan. That's number two. Number three, they separate you from God. Now, all along you was reading your word, you was praying, and you was getting close to the Lord, and you're just trying to just live a godly life and just follow what God has for you, what blessings God doors will open for you. And here comes somebody in your life to sabotage you, or a person that you probably distanced yourself a while ago, and all of a sudden now they're coming back in your life. They can be sent, ladies and gentlemen, they can be sent by Satan. And then all of a sudden now they're coming back in your life to interrupt your life. And then that very thing that very drug that you got away from, that very liquor, alcohol that you got away from, the addictions that you got away from, they seem to be presenting it to you again. And as they be seen to be presenting it to you again, you're tempted. This is going into number 4. They may attempt you to be carnal, meaning that they will draw you back into things that you separated yourself from a long time ago. And all of a sudden now, slowly but surely, you find yourself not reading your word. You find yourself not praying as much because you're hanging around, it's the people you're hanging around with, or the company you're hanging around with, or the person that you all of a sudden decide to date. They're not for the things of the Lord. They're not. They're. The Bible says the things of the Spirit cannot understand the things of the carnal mind cannot understand the things of the Spirit. The carnal mind cannot. The carnal mind, flesh cannot understand the things of the Spirit. So this is why they will tempt you. They tempt you with, if you was addicted, if you have any addictions, it's like the devil tempting you with addictions. Like when Jesus was in the wilderness and the devil tempted to turn the stone into bread. And he showed him all the glamour in the world. Jesus was tempted by Satan and showed all the glamour in the world. And he said, if you bow down and worship me, you'll have all of this. And there's people out there that will tempt you with certain things. Maybe that drug addiction, maybe that addiction. It could be any addiction that you was drawn to, that separated you from God. All of a sudden now this person or people, or group of people that came to just lure you back in. Maybe you have you used to go to the strip club and you have porno, and you have problems with pornography in your past, and maybe you used to go to the strip club a lot. All of a sudden now they're coming back in your life and they're talking to you about going to the strip club. Separate yourself from them. They were sent by the devil. And I'm going into number 5. They will try to manipulate you. Yeah, they'll try to manipulate you, saying it's good. Oh, why don't you just live a little? Why don't you just relax and live a little and just have fun? Be careful, folks. They'll try to manipulate you and they try to lure you back in. And that's the 5 signs of someone that is sent by the devil. 5 signs to know that someone is sent by the devil. Number 1, they want to know everything about you. Number 2, they feel you feel drained and emotionally drained, mentally drained, and you can't even sleep at night because your spirit is not at rest. Number 3, they separate you from God. Number 4, they may tempt you to be carnal. And number 5, they will try to manipulate you, like lie to you and try to get you back into doing what you used to do. But a live word today comes out of 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verses 14. The devil comes to you as an angel of light. The devil comes to you as an angel of light. So if you, and God gives you many warnings. This is my message. The Lord gives you many, many warnings about these people. He gives you different times, different moments in your life. He give you warnings that this person or these people or this person is not for you. He'll show you signs and warnings. He'll give you warnings, ladies and gentlemen. God will show you signs and he'll give you warnings. Maybe he'll send a person. If he doesn't send a person, maybe he'll give you, it'll be in your dreams. You'll be dreaming and he just show you a vision, in your dreams. He show you when you've fallen in the pit and you can't get back, you can't get out that pit. This person was with you and you fell in the pit. And then the person, they got out the pit, but they left you in the pit. And now you can't dig yourself out the pit. You're trying to get back out from that big pit. And you can't seem to dig yourself out that pit. You just keep sinking and sinking and sinking. But that's a God showing you a sign that person is not for you. That person is not for you to marry. That person is not for you to hang around with. That group of people is not for you to hang around with. That person is not for you to date. So those are 5 signs that someone is sent by the devil. And God gives you warnings, ladies and gentlemen. But sometimes We ignore them. And that can either cause us our life or that could cause us to be locked up in prison. We're given signs and we're given warnings that that person that we're hanging with is not for us. That person that we're dating is not for us. That person that we're a group of people that we're hanging around with, they're not for you. God gives you warning after warning after warning, and after if you ignore those warnings, it's fair game. If you ignore the warning, God allows you to face your judgment because you ignore the warning. He gives you, I believe God gives you warning after warning about certain people, but it's up to us. And it's up to us, and it's our decision whether we want to hang around that person or not. Whether we want to hang around that person or let that person emotionally drain us or let that person tempt us to separate us from God, it's up to you. What alive word today, what I'm sharing again is the devil comes like an angel of light. 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verses 14. Well, this is Zacchaeus coming to you with another live word of the day. God bless. And thanks for tuning in. God bless and be safe out there. Peace and blessings, y'all.